To City Live, not only is May Mental Health Awareness Month, but it is also Maternal Mental Health Month. One of the most miraculous feelings for an expecting mom is experiencing baby's kicks for the first time. Now, tracking fetal movement by their kicks is one of the many ways that moms can assure baby is okay outside of visiting the doctor. Now, the South Carolina Department of Health is partnering with a free fetal movement tracker, Count the Kicks, to give expecting mothers a little bit of peace of mind. Joining me today with more about this partnership and other resources for expecting mom is Director of the Bureau of Maternal and Child Health, Kimberly Seal. I know that's a lot, but it's a lot of great information there, and I just want to thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks for having us. So like you mentioned, Count the Kicks is a free app that moms can download to detect their fetal movement. And what we know is good fetal movement is a good indicator of good fetal health. And so this is the third year that we've partnered with Count the Kicks to do this campaign. We've not only been able to help moms and families, for that matter, download this free app. We've been able to educate providers. We've been able to do billboards. We've been able to offer virtual baby showers, both in English and coming up in Spanish, and really get the word out about why it's so important to help moms be able to detect their fetal movement, but to also prevent stillbirth, because that's ultimately what it's about. We know that in 2020, there were about 338 stillbirths in South Carolina alone, and over 15% of moms who experience a maternal death also had a stillbirth. And so it's not just about the health of the baby, it's about the health of the mom as well. And as you mentioned, May is Maternal Mental Health Month, but April was about maternal mortality and just mom's health as well. So it's just back-to-back awareness and moments to really pause and really increase education around these important topics.
And I love this app, and when I saw that you all were had this partnership, I was like, I had to have you on. One, because many people don't know this, but when I had my son, who was born at 8 months, not 9 months, but I went to the hospital because I did not feel any kicks.
Wow.
And normally my child, even now as a toddler, is very active, and I didn't feel like anything was wrong with me. Like, I felt okay, but I just wanted to be sure. And when I went to the hospital, I learned that my placenta abrupted. So that means it detached from, my uterus. I mean, it detached, and my son was losing oxygen, and he actually had a 98% chance of having cerebral palsy.
Wow.
And so 2%. He was in that 2%, and he's okay now, but it's so important. And I was a new mom, so I didn't know how to count the kicks or how to count the contractions. I didn't know, any of that at all. And it's so amazing that DHEC offers these resources to help new moms or even existing moms, because sometimes with space in between you kind of forget how do we do that again? I don't remember. But the fact that you're preventing the worst possible scenario with this app, and it's free. But you also have some resources. Speaking of resources, there are some resources for moms that, sometimes you do experience depression, because this is a new experience, it's a new thing. And you don't really know how to navigate it. So tell us about those.
Yeah, but even through the Count the Kicks app, if you have questions about maternal depression or even postpartum depression, you can access it through the app. But as you mentioned, this month is Maternal Mental Health Month. And so not only are there hotlines and telephone services that you can access through 1-833 Help Moms or even TLC Moms, these lines are available from a national perspective to provide resources and to connect moms with the information that they need. But there are also resources locally. Down at MUSC, there's the Moms Impact Program to really expand access to women and pregnant moms, access to mental health services through telehealth and telemonitoring. So there are both local and national resources. And so I want women to just take advantage of these services, because they're free and there is no shame in accessing them. I really appreciate your story, because it's the same story that many women are experiencing. They didn't know. And so I don't want anyone to have a poor outcome because they didn't know. I want them to take advantage. Reach out to us at DHEC. We're here to help and to connect you with the right resources. And again, always talk to the provider. I really really appreciate women and even you in this moment accessing resources through their providers because they're there to help. And so please, please, please just download this free app as well as reach out to us via DHEC as well.